A warm greetings for the day. This is Chethan Kumar from Workneev, and I welcome all of you to this video on percentages. And in this video, we will be covering 5 different types of problems that you are most likely to get in the upcoming placement drives or in the upcoming entrance examination or in the civil service examination. Right, so without wasting much time, we will quickly get started with this particular video. Like I always say in my other videos, pause the video for some time the moment when you get a question, and then you can resume the video to get the explanatory solution. So that is how the learning happens, and I would highly appreciate if you continue to do that. And the first question for all of you is available over here. Read the question carefully, look at the options appropriately, pause the video, and then start solving the problem. Alright, we'll get into the solution part, and people who have got the answer as 11.11, you're absolutely right. And many people find this kind of a question very easy because it's a straight question, right? Team India is 12.5% stronger than Team Australia. Then, no doubt, Australia is 12.5% weaker than Team India. So the same percentage value, many people end up taking 12.5% as the answer, but that's incorrect. And that is the reason why 12.5% is given in the question. You should not be falling into this trap, because if it was given the real quantity, had it been given in real quantity, for example 12.5 meter more than the other quantity, or 12.5 kg more than the other quantity, so something like this, if units are given, then your analogy is right. But now it is given in terms of percentage, and it will not function in that way because the references are different. For example, instead of taking 12.5%, I'll take 25% itself. That means Team India, this is Team India and this is Australia, is 25% stronger than Australia, right? So if Australia is 100, some reference value, okay? If Australia is 100, then how much is Team India? Team India is 125. Now these are the quantities. I am considering the quantities. So now Team India is 25% stronger than Australia. That means whatever value Australia has, 25% of that value will be taken, and that is more compared to Australia. That is the reason why India becomes 125. And now the question is reverse. If you observe, by what percentage Australia is less compared to India? That means India is 125, right? Now compared to this 125, Australia is how much lesser? Yeah, quantity wise it is 25 lesser itself. I understand that. But compared to India, this 25 is how much percentage lesser? Now the reference has to be taken with respect to 125, and in the earlier case you had taken the reference as 100, and that's the reason why answer will be different in this case. But how will you do this? Very simple. Difference between the two quantities, how much it is? 25, right? Divided by, now comparison is happening with respect to what value? They're asking you by what percentage Team Australia is weaker than Team India. Weaker than Team India. That means reference has to be taken with respect to Team India. Now Team India's value is 125, right? So into 100 will be the percentage value. And what's the answer? 25 1 times, 25 5 times, 100 divided by 5, which is nothing but 20%. So that means Australia is 20% weaker than Team India is the answer. Now this was easier because 25% was given, but in the question they have asked you to solve for 12.5%. There is no much difference. Instead of taking 25%, you have to take the 12.5%, which is half of that. So the reference values will be changing a little bit, and there is no much difference in the procedure. 12.5 percentage, right? So I have taken 12.5 percentage here, and Team India is 12.5 percentage stronger than Australia. So that means if Australia is 100, Team India will become 112.5. And now they're asking you by what percentage Australia is weaker compared to India, right? So you just need to do the same thing. What is the difference between the two entities? It is 12.5, and that has to be taken in the numerator, divided by India's value is 112.5 into 100. Now many people might be feeling that this is very difficult, right? This is very difficult problem, but I'll tell you a simple strategy to solve it. What is that strategy? Something like this. If 12.5 is in the numerator and 100 is there in the denominator, for time being I'm taking this. If this was the case, how you would have solved this problem? Something like this. If 25 is the value, then it could have been done like this, right? 25 ones are, 25 fours are. Now 12.5 is half of 25, right? That is the reason this will be definitely double than the initial value. So 12.5 divided by 100 will be 1 by 8. Now extra 12.5 is also there. That means it is 12.5 one time, 12.5 9 times, and 100 divided by 9, you don't have to think much right now because you know the answer should definitely start with 1. Why? 9 ones are, 9 ones are, and then you can directly go for 11.11 because ideally that will be the answer. But if you're still confused or if you're still not sure about the answer, then continue 11.11, and this will continue like this, and the answer is 11.11 percentage. This is the final answer, and I can give you a lifeline now. Lifeline means you can use this as a strategy to eliminate the wrong answer choices. Team India is 12.5 percentage stronger than Team Australia. That means they have given the quantity which is already more. Stronger means it is more, right? They have given a quantity which is already more, and they're asking you to find out the quantity which is lesser compared to the initial value, right? So in that case, the thing you need to understand is your value should definitely be lesser than 12.5. So it will not be equal to 12.5 and it will not be more than 12.5. It has to be lesser than 12.5, and that's the reason option B can be eliminated. And if any answer choices are there which are more than 12.5, that can also be eliminated without any mercy, because the answer will definitely be lesser than 12.5. So your answer is 11.11. So I hope this particular problem is clear to all of you, and we will move on to the next problem. Very similar kind of a problem, but a slightly different terminology. The color white is 6.25% lighter than the color black. By what percentage is color black darker than the color white? Now, instead of percentage increase in the first part, they have asked the percentage lesser value, and they are asking you to find out the percentage more value. So that is the idea. So now, how will you solve this particular problem? Simple. Something like this. I'll give you a shortcut. Okay, this is a shortcut. Difference will definitely be 6.25, right? So that is the value, and directly take that 6.25. I'll tell you that. 6.25 divided by hundreds. Take like this, 6.25 percentage, right? This is the value. And now you know that your value in the initial part is less because it is lighter, and you are asked to find out a value which is more. That means it is darker. So your answer will definitely be more than 6.25. So you can eliminate one answer choice for sure. This is the answer, wrong answer choice. It cannot be the answer. Now convert this value into a fraction, and 6.25, there is a purpose why they give you this kind of a values. Value is simple. See, double of 6.25 will be 12.5, right? Okay, this will be double of 6.25, and double of 12.5 will be 25. And now everyone is comfortable solving this. Ones are, fours are, but no one is comfortable solving this because they don't know the shortcut. That's it. See, 25 by 100 is 1 by 4. Then 12 by 100 will definitely be 1 by 8, right? And since this is half of this value, the value will definitely be 1 by 16. So conversion is the first step. So 6.25 is the question. Convert that into fraction. You will get 1 by 16, the first step. That's it. And now you got to know that this value is lesser and you have to increase this value. Take the same version. Now this fraction is less. Now in order to increase the value of a fraction, should I increase the denominator or decrease the denominator? What do you think? Yes, you are right. We have to reduce the denominator so that the value of the fraction becomes more. But how will I reduce the denominator? Now you can see 16, right? So reduction of the denominator has to happen by taking the consideration of numerator and denominator. Tell me, what is the difference between 1 and 16? Difference between 1 and 16 is 15, and that has to be taken in the denominator. Now the denominator has been reduced, right? Now this is what the answer. Now this is in terms of fraction, right? Convert this back into percentage, because you divided the value by 100, right? That's why you are multiplying right now by 100. And what's the answer? Something like this: 520 times 100, and then 5 3 times 15. And what is 20 divided by 3? 20 divided by 3, you just need to do this. 6 times it is 18, and 2 is remaining out of 3. 2 by 3 is definitely 0.66, right? So answer is 6.67. So this is the answer. So now we'll move on to the next question, and the next question is available over here, and it is an application of the previous type of a problem. Now pause the video and try to get the solution. Right, so I know that many of you have got the answer already, or some of you might be feeling a bit difficult to solve this problem, and I'll tell you this problem in a step-by-step approach, and you will be able to get in which particular step you are currently stuck, or at least this will give you a sense of satisfaction that you have at least gathered some information from the question. So something like this. I will take Prashant as PS, okay, and Prakash as PK. Prashant's height is 12.5% lesser than Prakash's height. So this is 12.5% lesser compared to Prakash's height. First part of the question. And then Pramod's height is 144 centimeter. There is Pramod, his height is 144 centimeter, and it is also given that it is 33.33% lesser than Prakash's height. That means Pramod's height is 33.33% lesser compared to Prakash's height. And Prakash's height is, you need to find out, because they're asking you the Prashant's height, right? And to find out the Prashant's height, you definitely need Prakash's height. And Prakash's height can be identified only by taking Pramod's height, because these two references and their relation is already given. And this is how you have to backtrack the question. What is needed and what is available. So I'll tell you once again, you need to find out height of Prashant. To find out height of Prashant, you need definitely Prakash's height, and Prakash's height can be identified by taking a reference of Pramod's height. Right, now you tell me the answer. If Pramod's height is 33.33% lesser compared to Prakash, by how much percentage Prakash's height is more compared to Pramod? This is the kind of problem we solved earlier. We can do it like this. 33.33%, I'll convert this into a fraction first. 33.33 divided by 100. See, 1 time and this is 3 times. So that is 1 by 3. And now this value is a lesser value, and you're asked to find out how much more it is, right, compared to Pramod. So then what will you do? This value has to increase now. And how will you increase the value of a fraction? You will have to reduce the denominator. And how will you reduce the denominator? You will directly take the difference between these two. You will get 1 by 2. And 1 by 2 in terms of percentage, it is 50%. So that gives me a conclusion that Prakash's height is 50% more compared to Pramod's height. And now from this we can calculate. Pramod's height is 144, right? And Prakash's height is 50% more than this. That means 50% of 144 is half, right? That is 72. And Prakash's height is 72 plus 144, which is 216. Now you got to know that Prakash's height is 216. And then it is given Prashant's height is 12.5 percentage lesser than Prakash's height. And now you need to know 12.5 percentage means how much. You know, I told you, right? 25 divided by 100 means 1 by 4, and 12.5 divided by 100 means it is definitely 1 by 8, right? So 1 by 8 of 216 is lesser. So that means 8 2s are 16 and 5 goes here, 8 7s are 56, and this much centimeter lesser compared to Prakash's height. So Prashant's height is 27 meter lesser compared to Prakash's height. And what is Prakash's height? 216, right? What is 216 minus 27? It is nothing but 189 centimeters. See, I have not taken any x value. I have not taken any sort of algebraic functions over here. Still, I got the answer just purely with the concept of percentage, and that's the power of percentage concept. So now we'll move on to question number 4, and the question number 4 is over here, and the answer choices are also available. Now in this question I would like to try something different. I'll show you what is the purpose of shortcut in an aptitude problem. Look at here, this question can be solved in 2 ways. One is conventional method, traditionally how teachers solve this kind of a problem, and one is called smart cut, with the help of shortcut how to solve this problem. The first method is here. See, let the number of students in the class be x. Okay, this is what our favorite step. Number of students in the class initially was x. Then what is the number of girls in the classroom? Can you tell me? It's given x is the total number of students in the class initially, and out of that 80% are boys, right? So if 80% are boys, 20% will be girls, right? And 20% of this x. How much is 20% of x? 20 divided by 100 of x, right? So 1s are 5s are. So that is x divided by 5. Number of girls is x by 5. So you know the total number of students initially was x, and the number of girls was x by 5. And now what happened? 50 more students joined. Out of that, 30 are boys and 20 are girls. Tell me, total how many girls are there now after these 50 people joined? How many girls are there now? Definitely x by 5 were there earlier, plus 20 happened because these 20 girls have joined. So that is what the next step is. You can see there, the next step is this. 50 students, out of which 20 are girls. The total number of girls will become x divided by 5 plus 20. And now what is this left hand side? It is simple. After these 50 students joined, the percentage of the girls in the class becomes 25%, right? And that is what is equated here. 25% of the total students in the class right now. How many students are there? Initially x students were there. Right now how many are there? X plus 50 students are there, and 25% of this will be girls, right? And what is the girls count? It is x by 5 plus 20, and that's what is written there. And if you simplify this, somehow you will get the value of x as 150. So if x is 150, then total how many students are there now? This was the initial count, right? 150, and total number of students right now will become 200, and your answer is 200. This is what the conventional method is. But you can solve this problem with the help of a shortcut technique also, but in order to use that shortcut technique you have to be good at percentage calculation. Otherwise it might become a little difficult, and many people in that stressful situation of the exam, they will not be able to convert the given sentences into expression like this. Many of you might have understood that the way I explained this problem. So you were able to understand because the explanation is ready. But if you are thinking all these things on your own, it would have taken some extra bit of time for you, right? And that's why shortcuts will definitely be a lifeline for all the students who are appearing for competitive examination as well as for the placement drives. Now, how to solve the same problem with the help of a shortcut? If you consider 100 is the total number of students right now, I'll take the first option because this is the easiest option that you can see in the 4 list. So I'll take 4. I'll take 100, this one. If 100 students are there right now, how many students were there before? 50, right? 50 people were there before and 50 joined later. Now, I'll go for the initial case. 80% of the students are boys. In this 50, 80% students are boys. So 80% of 50 will be 40. And how many will be girls? 10 will be girls. And after this 50 has been added, then now tell me what is the total number of boys now? 30 boys are there, right? So boys will become 70 now. So total now the boys will become 70 and the girls will become 30, right? And now the point is, you need to understand whether this 30 total number of girls now is 25% of the total number of students. That means is 25% of 100 is equal to 30. You need to see that. Absolutely not, because 25% of 100 is 25. So option A is gone. Now tell me, after option A is gone, which is the next immediate easy option that you can see? Number that is ending with 00, right? They are the easy problems in the percentage section. So I'll go with directly 200. Okay, and in many of the percentage problems, questions will be framed in the similar format. You need to observe that. That's it. Now, if I take 200 students are there right now, how many students were there before? 150 were there before and 50 joined later, right? That's the problem statement given. Out of this 150, 80% are boys. That means 80% of 150 will become 120. This is the number of boys. And how many will be the girls? Girls will be 30. This is the number of girls. Now after this 50 people have been added, you will have total number of 150 boys and you will have 50 girls. Now you have to check whether 25% of the 200 is 50 or not. And if this is becoming equal, then 200 is the answer. So answer is yes, 25% of 200 is 50. And that is the number of girls right now. So the answer is 200 straight away. So I hope the shortcut method was useful to all of you. But in order to do this quickly, your percentage concept or percentage basic has to be extremely good. Right. Having said that, I'll move on to the last problem from this percentage set. And that question is this one of the very, very prominent questions that you are most likely to get in the upcoming exam is this one. The price of salt is decreased by 30%. By what percentage should its consumption be increased in order to retain the same expenditure on it? Now this problem, again, I will explain with the help of two strategies. One is the conventional method and one more is a shortcut. Conventional method says that you need to know the quantity first. How much is the quantity you are buying earlier and what is the price of that quantity. For simplification purpose, I will take the assumption like this. Initially, we were purchasing 1 kg of salt and price of each kg of salt is 100 rupees. So initially, we were spending 100 rupees on salt and we used to get 1 kg. Right now, what happened? 30% of the price has been reduced. That means the price of the salt right now is 70 rupees per kg. Now you're getting 1 kg for only 70 rupees. But you don't want to change your expenditure. That means even now you would like to spend 100 rupees on salt. You're not reducing it. Now, if that happens, how much extra salt you are getting in terms of percentage? That is the question. How much more you are consuming? How will you do this? Simple. For 100 rupees, initially you are getting 1 kg, right? But now you are getting 1 kg for 70 rupees itself. But you are willing to spend all 100 rupees. That means you are buying extra how much salt? 30 rupees quantity corresponding to 30 rupees, you're buying this extra, and this is how much. You need to know that, because this much extra you're getting, right? This is the extra consumption. So how will you do this? Simple method again, 30 divided by 70. Then you get 3 by 7. 3 by 7 can be calculated like 0 0.4, 28, and 2 comes there, and then 2, 6, 14, 6 is the remainder, 7 8s are, and 5s are. So this much extra you're getting. I'll stop here. Okay, for 1 kg 70 rupees means extra 30 rupees, how many kgs you will get? So 0.4285 kgs you are getting extra. And now this 0.4285 kg is how much percentage of initial 1 kg? Simple, right? So 100 times, and 100 multiplied with this, you will get 42.85%. And now this is the conventional method. But how to solve this problem? In a simple manner. Now if you look at the problem, this problem looks very simple. Okay, in the initial part the price is decreased. In the initial part the price is decreased, and now here the consumption should be increased. Consumption should be increased. The same expenditure has to be maintained. Now this is the format. If this kind of a question is asked, you can directly solve the problem like this. 30%, I told you, right? Convert the value into a fraction. How will you convert 30 into a fraction, 30% into a fraction? You will get 3 by 10. Now this value has to increase, because the question they're asking you how much increase should be happening in the consumption. You can solve that problem with the help of this percentage itself. So 3 by 10, this has to increase. Now in order to increase the value of a fraction, I definitely have to reduce the denominator. I'll have to reduce the denominator by taking the consideration of both numerator and denominator. And what's the difference? Difference is 7. Now 3 by 7 is the value. Now 3 by 7 is given in terms of a fraction, right? You have to convert that into a percentage. So you will get the answer as simple. Don't get confused with this problem. So 300 divided by 7. 7 ones are, 7 fours are. Only one answer choice is beginning with 4. You can stop there itself. Your answer choice is option C. I request everyone to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not done it so far. And please don't forget to hit the bell icon, because every time when we post a new video, you will be notified. So thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next video with a fresh new concept. And until then, it is bye bye from Chethan Kumar. Have a great day.